NERDSoul.
Yeah, late ill kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that StreetGEEK and NERDSoul. What's up, my people? Today, coming with another wonderful episode of On Screen. We're joined again. This is actually the soonest follow-up ever of you being on the show. Right in the square right here, we have AKA Raya, iMeriah Hudson. What's up?
What's up?
It's been a while.
It has.
It's actually been a while since we've seen each other. It's been a year.
In person anyway, for sure.
Yeah, and with the Corona timeline, look, we here though. So we're here to get on the amazing sort of final season, first part of the final season of Lucifer. Lucifer season 5, part 1. It was the final season. Now Netflix is like, we got one more for you.
I can't even lie. When you told me that, I was very, very happy. Very.
I was like, what? I'm gonna get another one. All right, cool. I ain't mad at that. So, like we say, initial reactions, what you got once you saw that fight scene in the very ending of part 1.
Oh.
How was you feeling?
So you start from the end. I can't even lie. Like, my son thought I was going crazy because the end fight scene, like how it ends when God just shows up and he's like, now, boys. I'm over here like, yeah, Black Jesus.
I was like, yo, it's President Palmer.
Oh my gosh. I know him.
I was like, yo, President Palmer is God.
He'll never not be the Allstate guy for me. I know that's horrible.
Oh, yeah. See? Like President Palmer, a.k.a. Allstate, a.k.a. Somebody... I remember somebody called him Budget Denzel on one of my live streams.
Not Denzel, Morgan Freeman. He's the new Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, he does have the Morgan Freeman sort of voice.
He's gonna be God from now on because Morgan Freeman was God.
Yep, you know what I'm saying? And now he's God. He's up in there. It's like, look, y'all, what's all the fighting about?
I wish they would have given him like a better line, something that Lucifer would have said, like "Daddy's home" or something.
Oh yeah.
Not just like now, guys. I don't like it when you fight.
but it was cool. I thought that sequence, the fight sequence, was cool. They did a good job of like hiding the stunt doubles, and of course the reveal at the end. I thought was fun.
Oh my gosh, I cannot wait for part 2.
We got a whole half to get through. I guess I'll start. Let's get into Ella. I think Ella is a good place to start as a character. You know what I'm saying? We start with the lower characters, not meaning we don't care. Just the lower tier characters, we'll move our way up. Ella can't catch a break, yo. I want her to find love. You know what I'm saying? I want her to find some true love.
I like the fact that she can't catch a break. She's like that.
Why are you hating?
It's like she's the most human out of everyone because she's the religious one.
Yeah, true.
And she's like, her faith is like never shaken. She has that one, half of that season where it is, but she finds her way back. That's why I like the fact that she doesn't catch a break because I think it speaks to the whole Christianity part.
Yeah, I guess it's just for a second I was like, oh man, she found a good guy. Say hi. Hi. I was like, oh, she found a good guy. And then like the very next episode, I was like, this dude is a little too convenient. But I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm just hating on him. Maybe I'm just hating him. Lo and behold,
I thought he was weird from jump.
See, at first I was like, yo, he's kind of weird, but he's probably just using her to get, stuff for his
information.
Job. Then I was like, yeah. So I was like, you know what? Let me lay off of him. It's his job. He's trying to get the scoop, whatever. And then he did something else. I can't remember. He showed up somewhere and I was like, and I was like, you know what? Let her have a relationship. Let her stop hating on her men. So I was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I was like, let me back up. And then next thing you know,
from jump, he was too interested in the work. I know journalists are like a dog with a bone, but he was just way too interested in the work. He's like, what can I do can help? What can I do to help? What can I do to help?
Help cover up. That's what he was trying to do.
Right. It's just something. It was something weird. Something weird from jump. And I was just like, he's weird, bro. and he turned out to be the killer.
Yo,
complete psychopath.
When she moved that like outlet, I was like, we know what's back there. Well, no, actually, I thought there was going to be like some bodies back there. So that I was actually wrong. There was the flowers back there. So, you know, at least it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. But I mean, we still found out he was a killer. But
I didn't think it was going to be bodies, but I knew it was going to be something bad. It was like if he had that whole space uncovered, like he couldn't hold people there because they would hear, you know. But I knew it was something bad. He's from jump.
But we love Ella. She gonna make it out. She gonna make it out some way.
She's the heart of the show.
Yeah, I would agree.
No, she's like part of the heart. I want to say Maze is the heart of the show.
Nah. Yeah. Nah. You know what? Okay, let's talk about Maze. I like Maze. I know there's like a piece of a heart, like deep. It's like you gotta dig like far down. Like, and there's like a little baby heart like in there. It's like this big, but it's pumping. Because when she's with Trixie, she's cool. You know what I'm saying? Remember they went on Halloween and everything, and you could see it kind of open it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? May's got a little baby heart.
Nah, she got a heart. I'm sitting there the whole time when she's worried about having a son. I'm like, someone tell her she already has one. If she's feeling all this, she already has one.
Yeah, it's like, you're feeling all this.
She's the heart of the show. She might not. She's like, she has sharp edges, I want to say, but she is the heart of the show.
Oh, she's showing up got a sharp edge.
Anybody needs help, anytime anybody like goes missing or is like hurt or something like that, she's like knives at the ready, like where are we going, who are we getting. She does make a lot of wrong decisions, but I feel it's more like a newborn thing because she's new to the whole earth thing, so she's just like trying to find her place, but she's like the heart the entire time. She is the heart of the show, season 1 and season 2.
And even when she was
it's like a very steady progression. It's like, okay, this is my person. It starts with Trixie. Okay, then it's Chloe. The whole time, of course, she's looking after Lucifer, which she's his right hand, but it never said that, you know, he's like, well, you were born to do this. But it reveals in season 2 that that's not what she was born for. She was born, and then her mother sent them down there.
Yeah, which is
so I feel like that's another
strange, and I think we need to learn more about that too.
Yes, I think it's going to reveal that she has a soul, because if she was born of God, I mean, both born of God, and then she sent her children. So if she's having children, send them down there. I want to say that they all have souls.
For her to be like, to make you strong for what? Like,
right, there's
probably something like prophecy or something around where she gonna be like the great protector or something. She gonna have to be strong or something. I don't know, something like that.
Right.
But it was.
I've had people tell me that I like resemble her. Not necessarily in the face, but like in the way I act and stuff. It is the biggest compliment.
I wouldn't say that. I would think you're like, are you like Maze?
Man, I was tweeting to Lucifer writer's room like, y'all need to, like, May's little sister needs to come up and stir up some trouble. Me, right here. I got you.
No. He's like, I got you.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, hey, y'all, hey, she right here. You know what I'm saying? In LA, LA-ish.
Put me
in LA-ish.
Just outside of it. Got you.
Way outside. No, I was just playing. But it kind of hurt when she finally found her mom. Her mom was like, I don't care.
Right.
I don't care who you are. Like, so what? Made you strong. Bye. Like, I was expecting to see, I mean, I don't know, you gotta give me something.
That's humanity too, though. Like, I know a couple people that were adopted in foster care, and that's the type of stuff that happens constantly. I'm telling you, her storyline is the most humane. Yeah, I mean, not that I don't believe the storyline. It's just, it feels bad because it's like, dad. She's the one that can't.
I kind of want her to. I want her to. I don't know, find some kind of peace where she's always in turmoil. You know what I'm saying?
One that can't
Lucifer kind of used her, but now we know that he wasn't really using her. He was kind of keeping a promise to her mom, which was a weird promise. Her. Yeah, definitely. And
he's
then
just stupid.
Michael is using her. So
Michael is definitely using her. I wouldn't say Lucifer used her. Lucifer loves her. He's just an idiot, and he doesn't realize that because she's a demon. What does it matter? He doesn't realize how human she is. So the things that he says and does hurt.
Yeah, true.
But he's slow to that for the humans too. So
she had a little something for a mini deal for a second. She even tried to try to feel something. She was like beat him up and then kissed him, which is like weird. Like you just punched me a couple times.
Feel. That's the problem. That's the problem.
And I wasn't mad at that relationship either. I would have been down for that. But then they curved it, and he got with the psych. I can't remember her name, but he got with her. But yeah. But Maze, it was tough seeing her go through her mom's things after she passed, and even that emotion of like breaking stuff. I feel for that. I just want her to find peace. Maybe not Zen peace, but just she ain't got to be mad all the time. I
just think she found it in season 1. Remember, she fell in love with the guy she was bounty hunting. Not season 1, but the last season. And then she made the choice not to go with him, to stay. And she was sitting with Chloe and Linda and Trixie, and she was like, this is exactly where I want to be. I just feel like she keeps... Every time Lucifer leaves, she feels some type of loss, and she looks for something to fill that hole. And then she finds things that make the hole bigger, if that makes sense.
Good point. I got
Lucifer left, and she was like, you went without me. He doesn't understand. It wasn't about the fact that she wanted to go home, because she doesn't anymore. It's about the fact that Lucifer is all she's ever known. That's her guy. You know what I mean? And then she's running into big fears because of that. Michael, thank you. And he just makes the holes bigger that haven't had a chance to heal. So
we'll get on. We'll touch on that subject in a second. Why can't you stay your butt in heaven? Aspect. Stay your butt in heaven. Nobody called your name. Nobody asked for you.
I like the fact that they made him Lucifer's twin. Lucifer is literally fighting himself. He's fighting his own fears.
He was doing fine. Here you come. You know what I'm saying? Not like, look, because I was thinking this was going to be the final season. Now that we know it's not going to be final season, then now, I know we got some more stuff to work through. But I'm like, if this is the final season, we ain't got time for you. All right, we got to wrap things up, and everybody can be happy before we leave.
I was thinking that. I counted the episodes before I started the first half. I was like, how many episodes is this? And then I realized it was the first half. I was like, they better wrap this up nice and neat.
It's like we got a limited amount of episodes. You got to get out of here.
It's going to end the way I want it to end, though.
Nah.
Because Chloe's human. I want her to be like celestial.
Yeah. I ain't going. You good. So it's one of those things with storylines where on one end I want everybody to live happily ever after, and on the other I know like it can't end like that. I mean, I guess it could. I mean, God could be like, all right, everything's fixed or something, but I feel like maybe not.
No, Lucifer doesn't age. Chloe can't become a celestial. She might be able to since she was God's blessing, but she has a kid, so she wouldn't want to. True. And so that means Lucifer is going to have to be mortal for the only way for them to wrap it up. But if he becomes mortal, that takes away all the Lucifer things about him.
Yeah, good point. So we, as you can see, that's how Trixie be acting when people tell stories and don't make it like gender neutral or whatever. That was mad funny. She was like, he has a mustache. He was like, you asked for this. All right, I'm trying.
Her parts are.
I was like, Ella has a mustache, and it's kind of weird. But I want to talk about Amenadiel too. Getting that dad life. You know what I'm saying?
I love him.
Dad life, just living it up. Bald-headed brothers unite, represent. You know what I'm saying? Just out there trying to be an angel.
They're all so stupid. They're all like literally learning to be people together.
Would you say that Amenadiel is stupid? He's
so stupid. He is so wise, but he is so stupid. It takes him forever to learn the simplest things. Like, he's flipping out right now that his kid is mortal, but everyone he loves except for his brother is the same. Like, don't be stupid. You knew that was a possibility too. Like, you're literally flipping out over the dumbest stuff.
Yeah.
And it takes him a long time to learn his lessons, and he learned that, they self-actualize, but he still can't slow down time. For what reason? Like, so Michael got a chance to use that against him, and
true.
It took him a while to realize about like how people are drawn to Lucifer because it's his desire, and all the nuns were drawn to him. Like, it took him a while to realize that too. But it's like all simple stuff I was thinking of from Jump, and I'm like, how dumb are y'all? Like,
yo, them nuns was trying to holler quick, son.
Nah, they just felt closer to God with him because he's like, the holy one.
Yeah, the holiest of holies.
Which was weird. I thought Michael was always the right hand of God, and the fact that he was God's favorite son threw me from Jump. But
yeah, but with this they flipped a couple things and
that's
changed
fine.
things
I love the take that this.
And
show
then also he got got that scar on his face. But how do you feel? Where are you at on the relationship between Amenadiel and Linda right now?
I like it. I'm not. They don't explain if they're together or not.
Yeah, because I'm like, not saying that I need something. I don't need anything concrete, but I would like a statement on what they're doing.
Right, because like sometimes he has the son, sometimes she does. They don't ever show. He's there at night, but they never say if he stays or not. He's like, yeah, Maze kissed me, and Linda doesn't get mad at all, which I know she knows Maze, and she's like the most understanding person in the world because she's a psychologist. But it's still, it's like, it would be nice to know what they are.
Yeah, because it's in this vague area where I don't know if he's handling his business or not. Like, is he? It's like he kissed Maze, and I was like, oh snap, he ain't supposed to be kissing nobody. And then I was like, well, I guess doesn't matter if he kisses anybody. Like, I don't know. I don't know if he's in trouble or not.
Yeah,
but I did like him trying to get the baby to stop crying. Lucifer trying to get the baby to stop crying. Like, everybody was self-help.
Dan.
Yeah. Dan's there. They're all there. Baby just like, I ain't gonna stop crying.
Dan,
they're like, I don't care.
So much.
Dan be getting on my nerves though.
It pisses me off that everyone seems like they got to do everything on their own. Like, he found that out, and he didn't even think to tell Chloe. He just flipped out, and then all of a sudden, I have to protect you. And Chloe, why don't you have a freaking conversation with these people to see? Because like, clearly, she sees him on a daily. I feel like,
thank you.
There's clues that she knows about.
Work together.
Right. She spends he's like, I have to protect you and Trixie. Like, have a conversation with your ex-wife, bro.
Yeah.
Let me just shoot him. Like, what?
All right, out of 8 episodes, how many times do they actually talk to each other?
Dan and
like, just like Dan and Chloe.
They don't really have conversations.
Maybe like once.
It's like word stuff. Or like, are you gonna get Trixie this time? And it's not really.
Yeah, it just. I'm like.
I mean, I love that they can work together and live together, and they're fine. And he's all Lucifer and talking to him, like, because they know that they're together, type stuff. Like, it's a great relationship. It's just. And poor Dan, he's just. Someone needs to. I think Amenadiel needs to sit down and have a conversation with him, because his whole thing is he spiraled because what's-her-face died. And it's like, Amenadiel, tell him the whole story so he can know. Like, y'all just let him suffer, and then stuff like this happens.
Thank you.
Okay. It's not, well, okay. I know this is a show about Lucifer solving crimes, all right? So it's out the window, what I'm about to say, but then it's also kind of in the window. They share a child and were married. I think they talk a little bit more than they talk now. Like, and not saying you'd be like, hey, how's it going? But like, I don't know. Like, if I got divorced, but our kid was still in 3rd grade, I don't know, whatever. She's young, all right? And we work at the same job. I would assume that me and my ex-wife would talk and be like, hey, how's it going? Nice to see you. Is Trixie okay? Do you want me to do something for Trixie? Just basic life things. And they talk to each other, like I said, like maybe once.
That's just this
maybe
season,
twice.
though. They sprinkle some stuff in the other seasons, like when they put her in the interrogation room for ruining her doll. And Lucifer just bought her one. They're like, "Don't do that. We're trying to teach her a lesson." It's just slowed down, and I think it's because she's supposed to be older now.
Yeah. She gotta, she gotta do her work, and he gotta do his.
Right.
So
that's not really.
I get it.
That part of the relationship doesn't bother me.
For me, I'm like, so weird, because it's the TV kids. Once again, I'll see them, and I'll be like, "Where's Trixie? Where's Trixie? Where's Trixie at? What's Trixie doing?" If they're both here, and Trixie's not an adult, then where's Trixie at? And where's Trixie going? And where's like what? How does she exist?
That's the
how is she taking care of herself? How is she taking care of herself?
That's just the parent in you, because you notice how we never see them brush their teeth or eat 3 meals a day, but we're not worried about it.
Well, yeah, it's true, and as you can see, NERDSoul Light is also showing you perfectly exactly how Trixie should be acting, because she's surrounded by 2 parents.
No,
that are.
Your kid is so much smaller than hers. You don't see mine running around here.
Well, okay, hold on. I'll give them this because it's kind of like on Power. Remember what happened to the baby? The baby just disappeared. So you know what? I will retract my previous statement. As you can see, other shows, kids just disappear. But like, look, we got adult things going on. All right, don't worry about our kids. Like, if I was supposed to be fighting crime, I'd be like, oh snap, hold up real quick. I gotta make sure my baby's all right. Did my baby eat? Did somebody change the baby's diaper? I don't know. I can't be fighting crime. Who is watching Trixie? Maybe she's a latchkey kid.
She's like watch herself now. She's like a teenager.
How does? Yeah, that's a good question. How old is Trixie? Was she like 11?
Yeah, she's like 12, 13 now. I'm telling you.
Okay.
See how big she was in that story?
13. She doesn't look that big.
First of all, hold on a second. My niece is 12 and she's like 6 foot tall. So I need you to. Yeah,
but Trixie is like I don't know, like 3'2". I don't know. She's just little. All right.
The timeline isn't completely sure, but she was like 7 or 8 in the first few seasons already.
Yeah.
So I want to say she's like 12 or 13 because that's 3 or 4 seasons ago. It's the 5th season. So when she was around that age, it was 3 or 4 seasons ago. I want to say she's like 12 or 13. She's old enough to watch it. But as you can see, she's very independent. She's been independent from the beginning. But you saw how she just walked into Lucifer's crib by herself, and she's done that plenty of times before. Granted, Maze was with her this time.
Good point. So, and to that credit, I was at home by myself and picking up my little brother and stuff when I was 9. So I will retract that previous statement. Maybe Trixie is she got to be more responsible because her parents ain't taking care of her. So Trixie is married. Trixie was 2 years old making her own bottles.
And then when they're at home, I think Maze still lives with Chloe, I'm pretty sure. So there's someone there all the time. Like, I just think you're just being a parent right now and you're getting off the subject.
What about when Maze be out beating up people? All right, getting bounties. All right, who's watching Trixie then? All right, who's got Trixie's back? And Trixie's been kidnapped before, hasn't she? Was she kidnapped or did they just break in the house? I can't remember. Anyway, all right, Trixie needs more training.
Kidnapped. The officer that came back from the dead took her.
Good point. But with that said, I will digress. Trixie, she's a
grown ass woman. Just leave it at that. She's watching herself.
Trixie about 35 years old.
She's 22 already. She out there drinking with them at Lutz.
So let's move on. How you feeling about your girl Linda? You know what I'm saying?
She's the good angel.
When you need a little advice here and there.
It's like the voice of reason for everybody. She serves her purpose. They don't need to elaborate more, and they don't really need to take off anymore for her. She is doing what she needs to do.
And I think the touches of her relationship or lack thereof with Amenadiel was handled well this season.
Yeah.
And props to the show as a whole as being the good palate cleanser for more serious like,
but they still make her
heavy
really
shows.
Human too. Like when she was ready to get drunk after having a kid, she passes out at the club. Like it's perfect. Her little part is it's perfect.
Yeah, because I definitely understand. Like, you know what? I just want to watch something that adults watch. I just want to do things that adults do. Like, not meaning that I have to like do anything crazy, but like, I just want to be around adults. I just want to do adult things.
I tell my son to go in the other room and I watch all the adult shows.
NERDSoul Light ain't having that. NERDSoul Light be like, either you gonna let me in here or I'm gonna scream.
Look,
I'm gonna cry all night.
Watch one thing that's low key scary. Never again.
Like fly out the room.
I'm gonna go this way.
It's like, all right, guys, I don't watch this.
My son does that now. He'll walking with the Nintendo Switch. Like, what you watching, Mom? I'd be like, something not for you. He turned right around. Like,
I'm watching Killers. Like,
watch one too many killer shows and you don't like it. He'd be like, that looks scary. It sounds scary. Is it scary?
It's super scary. Like, nah. It's the most scary thing. I'm scared.
Right.
Now get out of here. No.
Subject.
But yeah, having her there.
I don't mean to ruffle no feathers with this statement because I know it's gonna. But being agnostic, I'm agnostic. Being agnostic I fell in love with this show because of the take on the whole Lucifer religious aspect, because you don't get many shows that touch on religion without somebody contorting it to their vision. Like, we got Bible thumpers out here and it's just Lucifer is bad, God of all evil, whatever of hell. But this is showing him he is an angel. He is an angel.
Well,
people forget that.
I'd give Lucifer and Supernatural his credit too.
I didn't watch it. Like season, and it's been on for like 35 seasons. So
it's like, I think it's 15th season, maybe something like that. But anyway, I'll give him his props. He does have like a little character arc where you see him having a little feelings, but he's still mad at his dad and like his brothers and stuff. And like, so they give him a little, they give him a little character arc of his own. So it's not all of them.
For Lucifer, he was an angel. He's not the source of all evil. He just has a way of drawing out evilness. Like, they're like, he's the source of all evil. And what happens with Lilith? Because in the Bible, Lucifer doesn't create demons.
Yeah, and then in this, we now see that Michael has been pretty much manipulating Lucifer throughout time, and even manipulated him into rebelling. So now that throws another kind of like
I guess kind of like
wrench in it.
Good and bad in Lucifer. It tells different aspects of what could be, and I like I said, as agnostic, I love that.
Well, I'm not agnostic, and I still like it. So I mean, the show's just handled well.
I'm used to, because of the social climate, I'm just used to these, Bible pushers who contort the religion into something that are like, gay people are bad and that's a sin and blah, blah, blah. It's like, it also says that not one sin is greater than the other. Like, stop trying to change.
Hold up. Let's be for real. I don't think I've seen any supernatural show that's like, you know what, gay people are super bad. I've never seen a supernatural show do that.
I'm saying in real life, you get those super Christian people.
I'm like, which one you watching?
Yeah, it's just religion in history, in our American history. Religion has been
that's man stuff. That ain't God stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I like this whole take on it, and that it does so well in mainstream media. Yeah, I love that. Yeah,
it's done in a cool way that allows for character development.
Everybody,
because they took kind of the crazy guy helps the cops and threw this lore on top of it in an interesting way. And it's fun to watch. The first season was hard for me to get through.
What?
Because
it's hilarious.
But it's also a procedural to a certain degree. And I'm not a fan of procedurals. Because it's at its bare bones, it's the weird guy helps the cops. So Psych, Monk, Castle, Murder, She Wrote, any of those, the weird guy, the weird woman helps the cops. And it can get very procedural at times. Bones as well. Another show that I don't like. So, never liked it. So the procedural nature of it kind of got to me. But when we got into seasons where it became more serialized and we had more of an arc, then I was like, word, I'm digging this. Because procedurals, CSI, NCIS, Law and Order,
I was taken from the beginning, but that's
like every episode is the same. Every episode is the same. So, you know,
man, in the first episode, Ricky says her name, and he's like, "That's a hooker's name." Like, he's like, "I'm Lucifer." She's like, "The devil." And he's like, "Exactly." Like from the first episode,
I'm not saying that it wasn't funny. I was saying that it was a procedural for the first season. But then in the second season, we had larger storylines, and I was like, "Word, cool." I don't want to fight you right now. Yo, man, look, if you want to fight me,
talk to me.
We can fight. You know what I'm saying? I got gloves. Don't sleep. Hashtag equality.
Bare knuckle fighting. Let's do this.
Bare knuckles? Fine. No, we can do it like, what is it? Kickboxer. We can wrap our knuckles and put in broken glass.
Look,
hashtag equality.
I'm Mace's little sister. I'm out here kicking ass every day.
I'm beating up people 25 days a week. All right? Anyway. I'm dropping bows on everybody. But with Linda out of the way, get her out of the way. Now, Michael, I don't like him, and he's whack, and like I don't know, he's just I don't like him.
He's a pure villain right now, though.
Yeah, he is kind of mustache twirling, as you can see. He's not the only villain on this episode of NERDSoul.
Right now is he has no redeeming qualities. Like usually there's something that like in every villain there's like a reason why they are the way they are. So far they haven't said anything besides Amenadiel saying your worst fear is that you'll never be as good as Lucifer. But it doesn't explain why he was like that. If Amenadiel was God's favorite son, and from the beginning I understand like Lucifer is, you know, the light bringer, etc., etc. It never explains that he was like anybody's favorite up there. So it doesn't give Michael any redeeming qualities yet. He's just a pure villain. He's just there being an asshole the entire time for no particular reason besides he's an asshole.
Straight hateration.
So he's like a perfect villain right now. So you don't like him because of that. We'll see how the second part.
Dude is just
comes
full hateration, man. Like nobody called you. You up in heaven, right? Stay your butt in heaven. Then you coming down here, all up in somebody, you know what I'm saying, wearing up all their clothes, all up in their house, you know what I'm saying, using up their club. You know
it explains why he came down. I forgot about that. It's because everyone up there was talking about how Lucifer gave such a great sacrifice by going back to hell. And he's all mad, like, why is he getting praised for doing what he's supposed to be doing?
Yeah, it's true. And now I do understand that. From having siblings, I understand that point. Every family can probably attest to this. There's certain siblings that are like, woohoo, for doing what you're supposed to do. It's like, and then the other siblings are like, but that's normal. No, like, I do that all the time. Nobody cheered for me. Nobody put a banner up for me. So we're going to just be happy about this? But still, at the same time,
to do what he was supposed to be doing, though.
True.
It
was the sacrifice.
Got ruined. It was Michael's plan. Like you said, he's been manipulating him since the dawn of time. It was Michael's plan to make Lucifer the oddball out, to have all the family hate him, and to send him down to hell so he would never have to see him again. And now the family doesn't hate him. They're like, oh, he's doing good. He's giving a sacrifice. So I don't think it was necessarily like, oh man, he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing. Like, why give him praise? Like, nah, it's more like, okay, my plan is falling apart.
Let me go in and make him bad again.
Right. Let me go and like ruin what he's building because I'm a jealous asshole. Like,
straight hateration, man. And why his name got to be Michael? You know what I'm saying? I mean, well, I know why, but still.
I appreciate
Don't be messing up the name of Michael. All right? Use Gabriel. All right? Don't be using Michael. All right? Using up my name, messing things up. All right? And then he's all sniveling and everything. Hiding around, making cell phone calls. You know, that dude sucked. I can't stand him. And then for a second when I thought he was gone, I was like, word, cool, yup. He got roasted.
What? I want to know the story behind the wing and the hunch thing that he had.
Oh yeah, he got the little probably.
I want to say
another angel.
And that's what started the whole thing. Because Lucifer always makes fun of it.
Yeah, he does.
Like he kept saying, like, "There's no way my gimp-shouldered brother," something like that.
Yeah. So maybe he two-pieced him up way back in the day and like messed up his.
During the rebellion, that was his fault. So yeah.
Yeah, the rebellion you started.
Right.
Or manipulated to start.
It. You mad?
He's whack.
I think it's crazy that, like, I thought it had something to do with their skin tones, but I think it's crazy that Michael's wings are black.
Good point.
I want to know why. I know Amenadiel's wings are black, and I thought it was just because, it goes with the skin tone or whatever. I was really happy that they have, like, different color angels. Yeah. Because they're so far you've seen, first of all, God's black.
Yeah. God's black. Represent.
So God's black, Amenadiel's black. That one sister that tried to come down and ended up fighting with him, she was some type of mixed girl. She was darker skinned.
Yeah, I remember because did she come down because of the Nephilim?
No, she came down. Oh, is that what you're calling Amenadiel's son?
Yeah. Well, sorry, that's what they call it. Because that's what they call him in Supernatural. Sorry.
Yeah. All kinds of Greek mythology. I know what it's called.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm so used to Supernatural's kind of. So sorry. Yeah.
No, I get it. I thought it was pronounced Nephilim, but whatever.
Maybe.
Who knows? But anyway, yeah, she came down to take. She sensed a new celestial being born. But so they have different color angels, and I thought it had something to do with that because her wings were black too. Lucifer's the only one that I saw that were white. I don't remember. It's the one that he killed. The one that can manipulate statistics or whatever. Were his wings black or all of their wings black?
Yeah. What color were his wings?
I think they were black.
Maybe. That's a good question because Lucifer had the feathers, then he cut them, then he had like the dragon wings, then they I guess disappeared, and then now he got the feathers again.
No, he has bat wings. Those were bat wings.
Sorry.
But
sorry, dragon wing people.
He has his bat wings, but when he manifests, so he can pull out whichever.
Oh, so he can do both wings.
Yeah, Lucifer is like literally the embodiment of the good devil, and then the angel on your shoulder. He's literally light and dark.
So he got bone in and boneless wings.
Right. I mean, they all have bones in them, but yeah. You got that. But no, I want to say that I think all their wings are black besides Lucifer's, because Lucifer is the light bringer. I'll have to look at it.
I'm trying to remember the statistic guy. I'm trying to remember what color his wings were. Let us know in the comments. Y'all let us know. Y'all remember. But lastly, I want to talk about our main couple. You know who it is. Lucifer, Chloe. Back together again in an awesome relationship. Living in the city. You don't seem like...
I already told you, I don't see a happy ending or an ending that I like. I can see a happy ending, but I don't see it.
They're going to be all right. And they got a whole nother season after this.
I will say respect to Chloe for realizing that wasn't Lucifer, though, because I really thought he was about to hit it if she wasn't going to know and it was going to ruin their relationship. I was like, she better.
Yo, she said, I know I want you when you kiss me.
She was like, I felt something off when you kissed me, and then it just kept, and I'm like, oh, respect.
It's like you just kept being weird, and she was like, because she was like, yeah, I've been thinking about you. I love you. She's like, paka. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like,
chitty bang bang.
Test this out, and then the fact that she has no fear. Like, this is a whole angel.
Yeah.
I don't know that angels can't hurt humans, or aren't supposed to. I don't know if they physically can't, but she doesn't know that.
I don't think it's that they physically can't. I think Amenadiel, hasn't he fought humans before? He's beat up some humans, right?
I mean, yeah. Maybe? I mean, kill or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, you mean like,
They attempted on her life, the statistics guy. So she doesn't know that, and she has no fear. She's like, talking to him all crazy, like, not now, Michael. Don't make me shoot you again. And I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. There's a whole angel you talking to that could throw you across the
world. Even though he rolled up on her when he rolled up on her when she was about to find out who the killer was, and locked her in a zoo. Which
she had some fear there.
It's not super original, but I mean, hey, if a zoo is all you got, that's all you got.
Yeah, respect. I gotta respect her. I mean, she's stupid too. They're all a little on the stupid side, but I gotta respect.
Well, Chloe's pretty. I think she's pretty solid.
I
think she misses things from time to time, but
Lucifer was the devil pissed me off. Like I can understand, but like trying to side with the church against him. Like it took her seeing him do some stuff for her to be like, well, he's good. Like I've been around him, I've seen him. None of that crossed your mind that entire time while you're planning on killing the devil because you're literally the only person who can. And then the second part that pissed me off.
You can also see, I could see if her being like, all right, church, I hear what y'all are saying, but y'all working off of old information. I've been kicking it with this dude.
Right.
He ain't as crazy as you think.
I didn't like it because Linda's reaction was appropriate to me. She was scared, but it took her like only a week. Like Maze was the one that, of all people, the demon was like, I'm still me. Like, but you didn't see Linda trying to.
Yeah.
The most she did was hide from him. And then,
she straight up hid from him.
That pissed me off was when she found out that she was God's gift. Like she didn't ask no questions. She just got mad from jump and was like, well, I had no choice in loving you. Like that's not true. You spent the whole 3 seasons not liking him very much.
Thank you.
And you're all spiteful about it. Like, oh, I don't know. Was it chosen for me or not? Like, shut up.
Yeah, because if it was chosen for you, technically you would have, the second you met him, being like, I love you. You're so amazing. And so I feel like she should have gave him a little more slack on that because he didn't do it. And he's like, I didn't make this happen.
Like, she should have been like, you know what? As soon as she found out Amenadiel was the one who did it, she should have been like, when she asked if Amenadiel was her dad, it really kind of annoyed me, but I get it. I'm like, how stupid. But she didn't ask no questions. I would have been like, okay, all right. First of all, what do you mean you blessed, like, I am God's blessing? What do you mean by that? Because if he would have just been like, well, God told me to come and bless a couple that couldn't get pregnant. Okay, then. There's your answer right there. It's your basic
contrived, misunderstanding, because we're going to make sure that people don't talk like they would normally talk. Like in TV, and I won't dog Lucifer too much because every TV show does this. What they'll do is make sure that people don't talk like they normally would, so that there's this misunderstanding, so that they can be angry with each other. Like, say if you and I had a misunderstanding, I'd be like, yo, what's up? This happened, and then you didn't say anything or something like that. And you'd be like, oh no, this happened. I'd be like, okay, and it'd be over.
Right.
You can't milk that for 2 episodes. So it's like, because a regular, genuine conversation that any 2 human beings would have cleared all of this up.
Right.
Well, I mean, maybe 3, because you got a minute deal. He would be like, no, your parents wanted to have a child, and, I was supposed to bless them so they could actually have a child. That's it. And it'd be like, oh, okay, cool. That happens all throughout the Bible well, maybe not all throughout, but it happens in the Bible where there's people that are trying to have children, they're blessed to have children, and that's it. It doesn't make me your dad or nothing.
Right.
I just hit y'all with the blessing and let y'all do y'all thing.
But he was saying little things throughout the entire, that's the reason why her reaction pissed me off. It wouldn't piss me off if I knew it's like, okay, they're trying to prolong this so that they have episodes. But he said from jump, like, we don't know God's plan. Like, he tells us to do something and it could mean something completely different. Like, and he says that and she was just like, maybe that's God's plan. You saying that. It's just like, you know what? You need to be slapped. Just shut up.
Pause it. Just pause it for a moment.
Wake your ass up. This is not how.
Ain't nobody trying to hear that.
And Christianity, like just religion in general, everyone knows the basis of it. Even if you're not that specific religion, everyone knows the basis of most religions. So the fact that, God's plan isn't always set is like, everyone knows that. She knows that too. She's not a stupid, she doesn't play a stupid person. Like, So it's just her reactions just constantly piss me off. I mean, she was at a church trying to kill Lucifer that one the season before. So the fact that she doesn't know that no one knows God's plan but God. The fact that she's just like, well, I'm his plaything. Like, why would God specifically make one person for Lucifer to play with when Lucifer's supposed to be in hell? Like, that don't even make sense.
Yeah, and it's when I say when writers make characters dumb so their story can happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, because you're right. Everybody knows that nobody knows God's plan, and the angels have said it numerous times on this show. So then for her to kind of double back on that knowledge as if she didn't know it is,
just annoying. I still, like I said, respect. She's still in love with the devil. She still got his back. Yeah. He's still thugging it out here, knowing who's who. So can't even be
He's still thugging it? He thugging it out here?
She's thugging it out there.
Yo, man. It's nice to see them on one page. You know, they had their relationship, and they even learned some relationship stuff between Chloe and the DJ, between Ella and the crazy killer, you know what I'm saying, and the whisper killer, you know what I'm saying. So they've learned some things. I think they've become a better couple for it, and hopefully for this last season and a half, there'll be a unified, you know, a unified force going forward. You know, no more craziness. Like, no more like, I'm Lucifer and I'm mad at Chloe, or I'm Chloe, I'm mad at Lucifer. Like, together, all right? Lucifer, all right? And together, unified force, and then they can just be in a happy relationship and just fight external issues.
Is that the ship name?
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's the best I could come up with. It's the best I could come with at the top.
Louis.
You know what I mean?
Man's name is just Louis.
But yeah, I do hope they can handle more external forces from here on out, because it does weigh on me from time to time where it's like they're fighting each other again over something. Now they're arguing with each other again and again and again. It's like, look,
the arguments within each other this time are honestly Maze and basically everybody. But honestly, it was just Maze fighting internally. Everybody else was externally. It was Michael, and then it was Dan is technically internally. But honestly, it's like they're fighting together. Michael. You saw how Lucifer in a minute was in there at that last fighting scene, fighting together,
back to back. You know what I'm saying?
Brother, and they're like looking for him for everything. Like, look, is our son safe? Like, are you going to be around? Help us put our son to sleep. Like, they're tight knit right now. So I wouldn't say they're necessarily fighting within each other. I want to say Maze is the only one within the circle that's like fighting everybody. But she's just trying to find her place. She's just trying to find out, honestly, what she is. Like I said, she's the heart. I'm telling you, she's the heart.
Yeah, I'm holding out hope. I'll say this as coming, you know, since we're coming to the end, I'll say the only thing that I think that we'll find out is that Maze is secretly an angel and never knew it.
I wouldn't say an angel, but I'd say celestial, because Adam and Eve weren't angels and Lilith neither. She wasn't either.
True.
But I will say she's like celestial type being. Yeah.
What up? All right, so do you have any predictions for the last 8 episodes of season 5, the final-ish season?
I don't know. I want to say, I just feel like I didn't think they were going to bring God in the middle. Because it seems like he's going to come in and he's just going to like mellow everybody out, because he's all knowing. So his word is just his word. There's no taking it wrong. He's like, oh, I didn't create you to be Lucifer's plaything. And it's just like, oh.
Like, oh, what up?
I mean, you could be like, well, what did you create me for? No reason. Your parents couldn't have kids. They were nice people. There you go. Like,
being.
But we'll see what effect it takes on Lucifer, because, you know, at the core of his being, his whole problem is his father.
Yeah, so maybe all daddy issues will be solved.
Every one of them has daddy issues, which is fine. Everybody in the religious world has technically father issues, our father issues. Thou art in heaven.
And then mama up there somewhere doing something, so I guess she's just kicking it.
Not up there. She has her own world, remember?
Oh yeah, I forgot. My bad.
ever literally cut through the world, and she can just start over. She had to say bye, which really sucks. But honestly, they're all human. They just have powers. Like, they're supposed to be these bigger beings, but they're honestly the same as everybody else.
Like, you ain't nobody special.
Y'all all got daddy issues. Y'all all have some self-growth that needs to happen.
That's why we'll pack up.
Y'all all fall in love. Like, it's legitimately, y'all, all you have is wings.
Having kids.
And can't die. Right.
Having kids. Out of wedlock. No.
So
like,
we're just
a minute deal. You out of wedlock? No.
How God changing things. That's honestly it.
Oh, man. Well, guys, holla at us. We're going to holla at you down in the comments. Let's talk Lucifer. A show that I didn't like at first, but I held on and I really, really like.
How dare you?
And I hate Michael, and he's whack. So, in the square over here, Meriah, tell them where they can find you.
They can find me at AKA Rye on Instagram and Snapchat, and iMeriah Hudson at Twitter.
Word up, word up. Michael's whack. I'm just going to say that one more time so everybody knows he's whack. I don't like his character at all.
We'll see. We'll see if we find some redeeming qualities in the second part.
Yeah. And shouts out to President Palmer. So, NERDSoul, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all in places. YouTube's the hub. Hit that thumbs up if you like what you're seeing. Hit the thumbs down if you don't. If you hit that thumbs down, I'm going to send Michael after you. All right? He got a hunch, a gimp, and a scar on his face. So you know he ain't going to be happy.
You don't have a hunch.
Is it like a hunch? Like a little?
No, it's his shoulder because he has a broken bone. It's not a hunch, it's his shoulder. He walks like this. All right, then
I'll retract the hump, but you're still getting beat up.
He ain't got no gimp either. The way he walks with his messed up shoulder.
He's got a little.
Don't be mean. You can't be mad. You can't make fun of disabilities, whether they're jerk faces or not.
He's an angel. That doesn't count about disabilities.
Disability. He has a broke. It's not something he can fix. Clearly.
He's an angel, though. It doesn't count. It's not like he's a human with a disability.
Let's not.
Angels. So all right. So the angels, we're gonna be nice to them just because he went over and kidnapped people, tried to kill people.
He gotta be making fun of his disability, man. Make fun of the scar on his face. Just desserts. Ain't so handsome now.
So anyway, podcast so you can listen to it if you don't like looking at it, and Spotify music, get your listen on. So from us to you, thank you for watching, and until next season, section or whatever, we gonna be back, and we might be back with some other stuff since now I know the kind of shows you watching. But until then, peace. Yeah. Seeing it the way it should really be seen, you know what I mean? It's like you spread out the